What's going on, guys? Mr. Golden Spurs bringing you another online ranked match, and we are trying to go ahead and avenge that loss that we had yesterday. And this is the second game while I was watching my baby. Now, the first game I ended up losing, and you should never, ever play a game while watching a baby. But I felt so. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna, wait around because then I don't have to wait until later on when he takes a nap, and that's gonna be forever. I'm gonna play another game now. So I went ahead and got a great defensive team. By the way, that first game is in the video response section in case you guys missed it. It's my first loss. A pretty good game. So I went ahead this time and got the Ravens. A really good defensive team. So hopefully they can hold me down on a defensive end, and hopefully I can put up some points and be able to make this game pretty easy on my end. I'm going against the Philadelphia Eagles, and obviously there's many weapons to worry about. Fast receivers, great running back with good hands, and a deadly quick quarterback that I have to always have somebody on the QB spy for. Right here, second 12, he goes deep, wide open, but luckily Vic overthrows him. And obviously my game plan was to keep Vic inside the pocket. He's not that accurate as a quarterback. Right there, as you can see, we end up getting him in the web. We end up getting a no soup for you first interception of the game. Hopefully there's many more to come. Puts us in pretty good field position. Right there we throw a quick pass to Dickinson on the right, gets a couple of yards. Makes it a pretty manageable first down to get. And we end up getting the first down on the run. So right there we try to play action. We end up getting sacked. And my offensive game plan is give the ball to Ray Rice as much as possible. And when I'm passing, look for Rice and Bolden. Try to keep it to my strong suits. Right here, 3rd and 17, nothing. So we end up taking our 3 points to take a 3-0 lead. And we're satisfied with that. Obviously we want 7 points. But, again, those are free points that we will take. We started off in great field position due to the miscue of his accuracy. And we'll go ahead and we'll take that. And we get ball back at halftime. So any points that we are able to put before he does is always good. Right here, Deshaun Jackson on a quick zig route, and he ends up catching it, and he has daylight, nothing but Greenfield ahead of him, and of course he's going to outrun everybody on my team. Deshaun Jackson is very quick inside move to end up scoring. So I am down 4 points, quick score on one play, and there's nothing more frustrating than giving up a touchdown on one play. And so now I have to go ahead and hopefully execute. I got to put points on the board. I have a great defense, but when that defense is giving up points, I'm in trouble because I'm relying on that defense for stops. Their offense really isn't that great, but they have a superior defense that I'm relying on. And Ray Rice is pretty much getting trumped this game. I really don't see him as effective as he was in Madden 12. Madden 12, the dude was a monster. He was breaking tackles manually. You really didn't have to do much. You would just run straight, and he would just break a couple of tackles by himself. This year it's a little different. Right here, we had somebody, but Flacco just has a bad throw. And you'll see that throughout the game. Flacco does a lot of bad throws this game. Right here, 4th and 11, and we end up, of course, doing what we do this year, and we're playing the special teams game. And almost gets it within the 10-yard line, but ends up bouncing it out of bounds, in the end zone. So, again, we have to come up big. We have to come up with a stop, but this is why I picked the Ravens, to put me in positions to be able to stop him, to get my offense back the ball. 3rd and 7, Vic drops back, and of course we got that QB spy just in case he wants to run anywhere. Throws it, and he has somebody wide open, but for whatever reason, he got hit with the legal touching. I don't know, maybe you guys can explain to me why that happened. If you guys do know, I don't know why. But I sure as hell accepted it to bring it to a 4th and 12, and he ends up punting the ball. So our defense came through, even though they gave up that 3rd down conversion. It was a penalty, so we end up accepting it. So we got our offense the ball back, and again, that's why we chose the Ravens, to help us defensively. And so far, so good outside of that one home run. Right, we call a screenplay, and Ray Rice so strong. That man is so strong. Breaks the tackle in the backfield, and he ends up taking it all the way to the house, and we end up scoring our first touchdown of the game, regaining the 10-7 lead. And in case you guys don't know, the squib kick is very effective this year. I don't think I'm going to do a regular kickoff ever again. As long as you put in max power and kick it all the way straight down, power, and as long as you got it pretty even, you're going to do a really good kick. Sometimes you'll even recover it, and I rarely get somebody to receive the ball past the 35. So, to me, the squib kick is huge this year. He ends up scoring real quick off the play action. A couple plays later he scores. So again, we got the ball back, and we have to go ahead and score. We have to put the pressure back on him to score on this tough defense that I have. 3rd and 7, we drop back. We're looking for somebody over the middle, and we end up catching Ray Rice. Had a very, very effective game. Lots of catches. I'm going to go ahead and try to put the ball in his hands as much as possible because he's my most effective and efficient weapon. So I'm going to try my best to make sure the rock is in his hands. Trying to throw outside the pocket and nothing. 4th and inches. What do we do on 4th and inches? That is right. We punt the ball on 4th and inches. Why would I do something stupid like that, you ask? Why wouldn't I just go for it? It's 4th and inches. Why didn't I go for it? Because I'm a defensive genius. That's why. Vic ends up in the pocket throwing, and we get a no-so-view. Our 2nd interception, and that is why we do crazy special team plays like that, because we have a great defense on the field, and we know that they're going to come through with big playmaker plays, and that's exactly what happens. Vic ends up throwing a bad pass, and we end up getting it. So right here on the 3rd and 6, worst case scenario, we're going to go ahead and take our 3 points. We hit it to Ray Rice, one man to beat, but he ends up bringing us down to a 4th and 3. So we take our 3 points and we bridge the gap a little closer to make it a 1-possession game. A 1-point game. Again, we do get ball back at half. Look at the squib kick. Look how great that squib kick is. I'm talking about, if you guys don't squib already, for one, it's very tough to go ahead and run back because running back seems to be very easy in this game. You get a lot of kickoff returns this year for whatever reason. So squib kick, it should stop that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it should stop that. You should also get a couple returns. Every now and then, you're going to get one. It's crazy how the squib kick just sits there and bounces, whatever. 4th and 11, instead of doing a smart thing, he ends up going for it. And no first down for you. We end up stopping him. So again, we get the ball in great position to go ahead and make something happen. And that is why that defense is so great. They gave our offense phenomenal field position. 3rd and inches. We drop back, and this time we end up converting. Barely, but we do get the first down. So we go ahead and we got the clock moving. We're continuing our drive. Flacco drops back, and we try to go over to the right, but nothing. And Flacco was, he was inaccurate a lot in times. But look at Ray Rice. Too fast on the outside, ends up making a wide turn, brings it to 3rd and inches. We drop back, and we got X wide open with a nice precision pass up top. And Flacco does a great pass. And we don't go for 2. We take our extra point. And look at this squib kick. Look. Besides that missed tackle, which I should have had, we would have stopped them about the 30. And when they do recover, you have one clean shot always at a quick hit stick. So you may cause a fumble. You may recover the ball. The squib kick is absolutely crazy good this year. Right, he tries to go deep, and we end up swatting it down. We try to go for the pick, but he ends up dropping it. So we go into halftime with this lead because he's unable to make something happen. So, psych! Of course, Mr. Golden Spurs always gives up a score before halftime. Would it be a GS game without me giving up a score before halftime? Of course not. So instead of going up 6 with ball, we are down 1 with the ball. And that right there, it sucked. My morale was down, and I'm like, damn, I had a great opportunity to put this game away and have him face this vicious defense with the 2-score lead. We almost score in the screenplay, and right here, just barely get tackled. We made it to within the 6-yard line, but we ended up getting stopped. So, second half, we feel like we can stop them. I feel like this defense is going to be able to do things for me, but I got to be more efficient on offense. I only scored 1 touchdown, I believe. Or 2 touchdowns with a couple of field goals, but it's not good enough. I need to be able to score more efficiently. If I'm getting close to the end zone, I need to be able to make sure I am in the end zone. So 3rd and 4, we drop back with Flacco, and we go to the right, and we end up converting. Thankfully, that way we avoid a punt. And not only do we thankfully get it, he brings it all the way to the 1-yard line. After a couple of failed attempts, we eventually end up scoring a touchdown on a run play to the left. And now is the great time to go ahead and go for 2. So after we score, we end up going for 2. We go to the goal line play, the toss to the left, and we end up converting. So now it is back to a 7. Well, I never had a 7-possession lead to begin with. A 7-touchdown lead. At least I don't think so. But we got a 7-point lead, and we're feeling good. Whenever this defense is on the field with a lead, I feel like they're going to come through for me. They're going to be able to make a stop. It's not a matter of when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. It's just know that it's going to happen. Michael Vick in the pocket lots of time. I'm playing a lot of max coverage with a couple of QB spies. Ends up had somebody, but Bigfoot just ends up going out of bounds. Right here was a pretty good run play. I definitely was expecting the pass because he wasn't running too much. Gets it to a manageable 3rd down on 3rd and 5, and he ends up converting that. But again, I have faith in this defense. I'm calling a lot of basic plays. Cover 2s, cover 1s, cover 3s. Right here, we got a kind of a QB option. It looks like Michael Vick runs to the left to get it to 3rd and 4. He drops it back to pass, and if you notice, we've kept Michael Vick inside the pocket the entire game when he has scrambled. Wasn't for much. Haloti Ngata ends up getting the sack on 4th and 10. He ends up going for it, of course, and unsuccessful. Ray Lewis ends up batting that down right over the middle. Drop pick, but we'll go ahead and take that anyways because it gets more yards. 2nd and 10 for us. We drop back and we end up getting hit as we're thrown. So 3rd and 10, our eyes are, we got that gleaming in ours. This is a great opportunity to go ahead, 2 scores. And we end up going over the middle, and luckily we end up getting it. There was a lot of traffic there, but we end up catching it to renew the 1st downs. Right here, we go to Ray Rice, our number 1 playmaker, and as you see, when I'm passing the ball, I'm giving it as much as possible to Ray Rice because he's going to make great, effective things happen. Trusting your playmakers, and good things will happen. Right here, we go over the middle, and we end up converting, so we get another fresh set of downs, and we're heading towards the 4th quarter, so I'm trying to kill as much time as possible. There goes Flacco with the bad throw. We had him open. Right here, we go back again, another quick pass to go ahead. But this time he breaks a couple of tackles, and we get within the 5-yard line. So right here is a good chance for us to go ahead and score. And we go a quick pass right. That's exactly what happens. So we got a 2-possession lead. We are up 14 points in. We have that vicious, monstrous defense of ours on the field, and we're feeling great that we can go ahead and get a stop. Worst case scenario, if he does get a score, we're up 2. We're going to go ahead and try and kill the clock and, do what we got to do. Tries to go deep over the top, but I'm sorry, son, no soup for you, Trippies. We get a 3rd interception of the game, and this is where things kind of spiral out of hand for me. We try a quick run. We're trying to kill some clock here. We drop back, and Flacco running, looking for somebody, and we end up acting like Vic. We end up putting our Vic impression on, and we get a nice, that 18-yard scramble right there, however far it was. Definitely got a great run to get a 1st down. And we're starting to move the ball a little bit. You're like, GS, what are you talking about? That's what I'm talking about. We end up throwing an interception. We end up, instead of throwing a bullet pass, we tap it by accident, and he ends up throwing a rubber ducky, and he picks it off, and he scores. So now it's a 1-possession game, but I do have ball. So again, the pressure's on me to make something happen. I do not want to give up this lead, especially after all the hard work I put into it. So Flacco sits in the pocket. We end up looking for a screenplay, but another interception and another pick 6. So again, just in the snap of a finger and the blink of an eye and the quickness of a heartbeat, we have a tie ball game. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. How do I throw back-to-back pick 6 just like that out of nowhere? So now a tie ball game. But I do want to tell you that I was never nervous at all during this game. Once I had the ball, I felt very confident at this point in the game that I was going to go ahead and put points on the board. I felt like I was going to be able to kill the clock and kick a field goal, at worst kick a field goal, to go ahead and give me this lead with a little time. But I'm definitely looking to score, but I never doubted my offense at this point. I felt good. I felt confident. Ray Rice is doing good. Allen is coming through with some big runs every now and then. Right, we drop back, we get Peter, but not much. As you can see, a lot of passing attempts, just due to the fact that whenever I did try to run, it really wasn't effective at all. We get it down to the 2-minute warning, 3rd and goal. We drop back, we throw a quick pass to Ray Rice, but nothing. So he ends up calling a timeout. So we give him the ball back with 1:40 left. Now I'm a little nervous. Offensively I wasn't at all, but now I'm beginning to get just a little nervous. As you can see, the squib kick is pretty much not giving him much yards at all. The field position he's been starting really hasn't passed the 35 too much, except for that one time I severely missed that hit stick, which was my fault. So we got Michael Vick. Make sure he's not running anywhere. He throws in. No soup for you. We force our 4th turnover of the game. And that right there pretty much puts an end to this game right here. We end up moving the ball, getting a 1st down. And we end up just needing the ball for the victory. So after our first loss ever, we come back with a strong win. Even though we kind of, melted a little bit on the offensive end, our defense came through when they needed to, causing 4 turnovers, and we will definitely go ahead and put this victory in our back pocket. We're very excited about this win. So hopefully we can continue our winning streak of just 1 game, but hopefully we can continue to put up W's on the board. As always, it's your boy GS. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to go ahead and watch this video. Our new record stands at 5-1. So, as always, again, it's your boy GS. Thank you for your time. I'm signing out. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you guys don't already. That way you can stay up to date with all my videos and what's coming out and things like that. So, let's go ahead and leave this video with the peace.
Most importantly, realistic gameplay.